Hello everyone, my name is Roy Cornwall. It's the 1st of November at 11:13 in the morning. I hope everybody's well. Um, Today I want to talk about anger. Um, the first thing I want to say about anger is whoever is angry is causing themselves pain, because anger is pain. Have you ever seen people can smile when they have anger, but it doesn't last for long. It always comes back to a frown, and it's it's corrosive to the soul of the user. In other words, you're going the wrong way. Backtrack up the path and get on the right path to the Lord, and that leaves anger behind. Now, I recently had an issue, uh, and it was with the church, and specifically one person. This person said some things to me in front of other people that got me flaming mad. You gotta understand about me is before I saw Jesus, before I started going to church, I was 200 pounds. Uh, I could bench press 220 pounds 10 times, and no, not 310 20 pounds 10 times. It was that I could bench press a free bench. In other words, I was physically perfect, but and I always thought getting angry was going to save me from something. So I found a way to get my adrenaline flowing real quick and get angry and try to save myself with anger. Well, that's the wrong path. Um, th- this this person, this lady, said some pretty derogatory things in front of the rest of the congregation, and I got mad. I'm in my apartment by myself. I'm flaming. But I said to myself, I've got to listen to the Holy Ghost on this. Because when you get mad, when you get angry, you can't hear that Holy Ghost. Your anger blocks him right out. So I said to myself, for 5 minutes, I'm not going to get angry. I'm just going to think about this. And when I did that, I felt the Holy Ghost saying to me, no, don't say anything to anybody in the church. Don't get angry. But this problem does need to be fixed. So I called the pastor and I told him. He took care of it. Anger almost made me make a wrong decision there. Anger almost always makes you make the wrong decision. Anger comes from the devil. He's put the devil is using any tool at his discretion to try and bring you down and destroy you. And one of his really strong tools is anger. Know this. When you start getting really angry, do two things. Realize it's the devil. Like when the devil puts bad thoughts into your head, like, well, that girl said this about me, now I don't like her. That's the devil doing that. That's not you. You don't do that. The devil does that. And when he starts to make you angry, realize it's the devil. Tell him to get out of your brain. Say the 23rd Psalm. Repeat that you're a child of God, protected through the Holy Ghost, Jesus Christ, and God. Don't get angry. Do everything in your power. It's just once because anger is quick and immediate. When something happens, your anger flares up like that. At that moment, realize that you're harming yourself. You might as well take a hammer and smash your hand a couple of times. You'll get just as much pain out of that. It's a lot easier, mentally easier on you to take that. But your anger comes from the brain, and that's even worse. That's worse pain than if you hit yourself with a hammer. Okay, It's worse. So don't do that to yourself. Have enough respect and love for yourself to stop for a second and say, I'm gonna take a neutral view on this for 5 minutes. You don't have to. I'm not telling you that you're wrong or anything like that. Just take a 5 minute view and try to listen to the Holy Ghost in your head. And once again, the Holy Ghost is that voice in your head. Everybody got this. The voice in your head that says, watch that. Looks like it's ice there and it's slippery. You know, that first second you see it. Or don't pick this up, it's hot. Or stay away from the edge of the cliff because you're going to fall in fear. That's the Holy Ghost talking to you. Listen to him. And my Holy Ghost told me don't do anything, call the pastor. Now, if you're expecting clear and precise words in your head, no, it's more like a thought. And he tries to make it look like it's your thought, the Holy Ghost, because he doesn't want to dominate you. You've got the ability to choose. And he's not going to take that from you. But you can also choose to listen to him or go off on your own tangent. So I choose to bring the Holy Ghost into my world as much as I can. Sometimes it's very hard to hear that distant voice because he's not trying to dominate your life. He's not telling you, you do this now. You know, he's not like that. It'll be more like, you know, you could do it this way as a suggestive comment. He's not telling you. But you have to ask and want him to talk to you to hear it. Because it's so easy to put up walls and block him from hearing you. But you can do it like that. And especially with anger. Anger blocks out that Holy Ghost. Know that. Anger blocks out the Holy Ghost. So you have to put a stop to the anger and listen to the Holy Ghost. And when I did this, the Holy Ghost, without words in my head, he all of a sudden I said to myself, I'm going to phone the pastor on this. Rather than act up at church because of this and try to berate this lady and try, you know, okay? No, I phoned the pastor, told him about it, he dealt with it. Everything's golden. I'm fine now. Anger is so corrosive. It's what destroys people's families. It's what destroys love. If you allow it, if you allow the devil into your head to get angry, you're going to lose your husband or your wife. That's why it's so important to go to church and have the Lord in you. Because without the Lord, anger is going to take over and ruin your life. So, please, if you get angry, go home, punch the wall, something. Don't do it in front of anybody. Get mad, swear in your own apartment, do anything. But then take 5 minutes and try to say to yourself, I'm overreacting, I got to listen to the Holy Ghost. And pray and ask the Holy Ghost to respond on this. He will. He's in you. He responds all the time to you. It's a question of whether you want to hear him or not. So, it's not an easy thing to do this. I'm not saying everybody's going to be able to do this. But if you got a good soul and a loving heart, and you're with the Lord walks with you every day. And I'm not talking about talking to the Holy Ghost all day. I'm talking about Jesus putting his arm around you and walking with you beside you all day long. So you got the Holy Ghost within you, trying to keep you from safety, from danger, keep you in safety. You got Jesus Christ who walks with you with his arm around your shoulder all day and walks with you through life. And then there's God himself who watches down on you. So you're not alone. You got these three entities watching you. Do you really want to get upset? And I mean, hey, we're human, okay? We're going to get mad. Just like God gets mad at rapists, thieves, murderers. He's livid, but he doesn't act on his anger, and neither will I. Not anymore. I used to do that before I knew the church, before I knew God, but not anymore. Anger is not going to dictate my life. I am flaming mad at this anger business. Now, everybody just flips to it like it's natural, and it isn't. It's the devil. And if you want to go to hell, continue being mad. People you've been mad at for a lot of years, find a way to make it up with them. You're not admitting you were wrong or anything else, but just tell them I don't want to argue anymore. I love you, and I just want things to be right with us. Mend those bridges, okay? And the other thing I just wanted to talk about was lying. It goes hand in hand with getting angry. There's so much lying going on nowadays, and the devil's got a foothold on us here. If we don't start fighting back, well, we're going to be in trouble. Uh, if you can't show the light of the Lord to people, what good is it? So everybody stay strong, be kind. You have to be strong to be kind. If you're sick and in the hospital and you can't help anybody, then can you? So be strong to be kind. Know the Lord's walking with you. That Holy Ghost is a very important part of this trilogy. It's the part that most people leave out, but it's a very, very important part. You don't get to God unless you go through Jesus. And I don't think you get to Jesus unless you go through your Holy Ghost. So you got to know the Holy Ghost. Blessings, everyone. Stay strong. Bye bye.